Welcome back to Our Issues Milwaukee. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. We've been discussing fatherhood this morning. Numbers show that children with fathers who are involved in their lives are significantly more likely to do well in school, have healthy self-esteem, exhibit empathy, and avoid high-risk behaviors. My next guest is Mr. Albert Holmes. He is the president and CEO of the nonprofit organization My Father's House. How are you, Mr. Holmes?
I'm doing great.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you
and
for having me.
I would like to start off finding out more about My Father's House and what it is you do.
Well, My Father's House is a social service agency that works primarily with non-custodial parents, mostly men, trying to keep them involved in their children's lives. We teach responsible fatherhood, healthy relationships, money management, and anger management, in addition to assisting people in becoming job ready and helping them do job searches to get to family supporting employment.
Yeah, and that's a big deal because all of those things play some sort of role in someone being able to provide and be all that they can be to their children, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Well, see, our systems today, government systems, primarily child support, is one of the biggest hindrances in the things that disenfranchise men from their families, because they feel like if you're not paying money, you have no rights to be involved in your children's life.
That's true.
But the law says, and all other powers to be say, that men have a responsibility to assist in the upbringing of their children. And there are a number of roadblocks that we advocate on behalf of the fathers to the government agencies to put down so that they can spend quality time with their children.
Yeah, and it really is an issue when you talk about child support, especially in a sense that if an individual gets behind or maybe they're not working at the time and they're unable to pay, then really they pay consequences in other ways that could land them behind bars in a lot of instances,
Yes.
and that's of no help to anyone. So that's just one of the issues. What are some of the other issues that individuals face when it comes to fatherhood and being all they can?
Well, as I said, number one, child support is the largest collection agency in the world as far as collecting money, and they do it legally it's a government agency. But the other barriers are court orders that are never enforced. You see, the court can say you pay $500 a month child support financially, and you have the right to visit with your children every other week or so forth. But if the custodial parent, in most cases is the mother, denies that, there's no enforcement. But
That's
there's
true.
enforcement of collecting money. If you don't pay the money, they arrest you, they put you in jail. But if they're denied access to their children, there's no enforcement.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's
really
one of the
it's
biggest
an unfair
problems.
balance,
Yes.
and there are situations where the payment of child support is necessary, but at the same time, when you have individuals who are paying child support but still cannot see their child or build that necessary relationship because they're not on great terms with the other parent, there is a fairness to that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, this agency that I'm running is, we've been active for 24 years. We were unfunded for 17 of those 24 years.
Wow.
And we did the work at free, and we worked out of our cars, we worked in people's homes, etc. We've been funded for the past 7 years as a subcontractor through child support enforcement. But it's not about the money.
Right.
Because once we help a man find a family supporting employment and he's able to take care of himself first, then contribute to the well-being of his child financially, and he gets to spend time with his child, even if he loses the job, he'll continue to find a way to help financially. And we've had many cases of that where you know, I don't have a job, but I can go out and pick up cans or do whatever to get some money to help you buy diapers and milk and so forth and so on, as long as he's getting quality time to spend with his children.
So you are working as a liaison, so to speak, in helping the whole co-parenting scenario.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we do family counseling with the men and the women. We have cases where we have women coming in taking our classes, which that's all okay. But you know, they say, well, I'm a single parent, so I'm the mother and the father. Well, you'll never be a father, but if you want to go through the parenting program, that's fine. It's just that our curriculum is geared towards men, and we don't change the curriculum because a woman is in the course.
Okay, well, that's all very interesting stuff. And along with what you've just talked about, you have mental and physical health reviews that you offer to individuals, driver's license recovery, and job and housing searches are huge, because if you don't have a job, that's a major barrier on a lot of different levels. And if you don't have an address to call home, then it makes it hard for you to be able to bring your child somewhere to spend quality time with them.
You can't get a job if you don't have an address.
All the above. It's a domino effect, right?
Prior to opening this agency, I was the vice president of the Center for Veterans Issues, and I was in charge of veterans housing statewide, and I put a big emphasis on the homeless vets, because most people don't understand that approximately a third of all of the adult homeless people in the United States are veterans, and many of them are not what people think they are. They're not alcoholics. They're not mentally retarded. I was one at one time. So it's about, you know, they're just trying to find their way back into civilian life. And sometimes homelessness becomes an issue with that, but they've been trained how to survive in any environment, anywhere, and they do fine. But across the board, if a man is homeless or he's living from house to house with his friends or what have you, he basically has no self-esteem. And you know, he doesn't want to be around his children in that mental state, because he's looking at them as looking down at him, because he's not able to do for them because he's not really doing for himself.
Yeah, and you are currently conducting a federal study on fatherhood within your organization, and you are looking for individuals to be a part of this study. Tell us more about that.
Yes, it's called Pathways to Responsible Fatherhood.
Okay.
That's the title of the program. It is a federal study of fatherhood being done in multiple cities. We're just one of many, where they're collecting data to see if men involved with their children do better in life, and the children do better in that engagement. And then they compare that with children who come from homes where the father's not involved, to see the difference, to see if the services we provide are effective. That's technically what's going on.
Okay, and once it's all over, said and done, then you're able to kind of evaluate that and then probably tweak what it is that you're doing so that it is more effective, because obviously the work that you're doing is making a difference in the lives of many people. And you guys actually partner with a number of organizations that are here in the Milwaukee community in helping individuals have find the resources they need in order to be successful, whatever that definition of success would be to that individual.
We have, in the Pathways program specifically, we have 7 partners. My agency is the lead agency in the 7, and we all work together. We try to eliminate paperwork to the point where if a client comes to us and they do the initial intake paperwork and do the orientation, but we don't have the specific service they need, then we refer them to another agency and we pass the paperwork, so they don't have to sit and go through all of this again. And that accelerates them getting service faster and more quality service.
Yeah, I always say there is power in partnership, because really it's like balancing whatever it is you don't do, we do. So you guys all communicate and make sure that at the end of the day, the mission is met.
Right, we have legal services. where we can refer them for non-criminal activities to deal with the courts and get free legal advice. In some cases, they could hire those individuals at a very low cost. We have mental health services for another agency where we can refer them for assistance with AODA issues. We have another firm that also does driver's license recovery, where they have paralegals working on that. And we work with the municipal courts and other courts to help them get driver's licenses, which are essential in most cases to get a job.
You're right.
So we have a number of services, and then there are more than one agency that does what we do. So we look at, where do you live? And rather than saying, okay, you're mine, you're going to stay with my agency, we send you to the one closest to your home to eliminate transportation issues so that you get to where you need to go with the shortest amount of time expended and get the services you need just as good as quality there as here. And
all good stuff.
We all work together, we train together, and we all do the same thing.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, we have a better Milwaukee to show for it.
We hope so.
Yes, indeed. Real quick, so if someone's interested in participating in your programs and services, is it a situation where they can just give you a call or show up and get more information, or do they need to be referred?
No, they can come in, walk in, anytime between 8:30 and 5, Monday through Friday, even though our offices are open till 7 on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because we're teaching classes in the evening also. And I work every Saturday, so I teach classes on Saturday, and I do some intake on Saturday. And so we're open 6 days a week.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming by.
Call or just drop in, or referral, any way you get to us, we'll be there to help out.
All right, it has been a pleasure. Thank you for sharing all the outstanding information, and continued success with what you're doing.
Thank you very much.
Albert Holmes is the president and CEO of My Father's House. They're located at 6115 North Tetonia Avenue in Milwaukee. And for more information, you can visit their website at mfhi-milwaukee.org. That's mfhi-milw.org, or you can call 414-353-9015. That's going to do it for today's show. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. As always, thank you for watching, and I hope you join us again next week as we take another look at our issues in Milwaukee. Have a great day.